Fitness with Gerry, video 5. We're doing another strength training session. I'm going to show you what I did earlier today because it'll give you some ideas of what you can do. Before my strength training workout, I did about 20 minutes of stretching, mostly forward bends, back bends, a little bit of rotation of the spine while I was on my mat on the ground. Then I waited about half an hour before starting my strength training session. Stretching is great, but it can create a little bit of instability in the muscles, tendons, and ligaments because they have been stretched past their normal resting position. So before a workout, it's best not to do any kind of deep, intense stretching unless you can wait a half an hour or an hour before starting the strength training session. And it also depends on how deep you were able to go with the stretching. So the first exercise was, was for the legs and the upper body. Now I used a different dumbbell about twice as heavy, but for the video this is better. It's a homemade dumbbell. This has a steel pipe, very thin metal from a broken mop. Inside I put cement and an iron reinforcement bar, and then cement on the ends using the bottom part of a big chlorine bleach bottle. Really easy to make if you know cement or someone you know. So the first one was a combination, the squat, coming down, the dumbbell touched the ground, then I came back up, a bicep curl, a shoulder press, and then a tricep press, all combined in one movement, and then coming back to starting position. Let me show you this angle. I'm sorry you're losing the top part. Maybe I'll crouch down this time. So the first part was a squat. Important to keep the back straight, head up. Try to keep the knees as much as possible above the ankles. The bicep curl, trying not to push into my ribs because you'll damage the ribs. A shoulder press. And let me come down just so that you can see. And trying to keep the elbows as close together as possible, coming back for that tricep press. Okay, so I did 10 of these, and then at the end I also did a little bit of a stretch with my hands on the dumbbell and just curling my spine. Okay, so that was the first exercise, a set of 10. And then I took my stool and did, hopefully you can see, yeah, I did some plank position, bringing the knees to the elbows. So here I am, head is up, back is straight, pelvis is tilted forwards, belly button pulled into your spine to protect that lower back. And then I just bring the left knee to the left elbow and then back again. And I repeat on the other side. So I did 5 for each side. Then I came back into a stretch. I held it for about 15 or 20 seconds, just moving the hips a little bit. And then I repeated 5 on each side, alternating one leg and then the other leg. Okay, so a total of 10 for each side. Really good for the abdominals. Please be careful. Pelvis tilted forward, belly button pulled into your spine, just so that you're not collapsing on the vertebrae at the bottom of your spine. Then I went back to the leg exercises, very similar, just a different position with the arms. The first one I had my hand gripped this way. Now I have my hand gripped the other way. And the first part of the movement is an upright row, it's called. Just bringing the elbows up as high as they can. and then I lifted the dumbbell above my head so my arms are straight. And sometimes I would hold this position because I can feel the abdominals working to try and balance that weight above my head. Then I came down and I did a reverse bicep curl to bring the weight down. So showing you from this angle, so knees and feet are about hip width apart. I come down, back is straight, head up, core is engaged. Coming back up, I do the upright row, and then I'll crouch down again so you can see. Then I bring the weight above my head, holding it here sometimes, not all the time. And then I come down, a reverse shoulder press, and then a reverse bicep curl. So I did that 10 times as well, ending up with the similar stretch at the end as the first time around. So 10 reps, and then I went back to the plank with the crunch part, bringing the knees to the elbow. This time a little bit different, but the rules are the same. Head is up, your body is lined up straight, pelvis tilted under, and belly button brought to your spine. This time I brought the knee to the opposite shoulder. Okay, it gets those side core muscles. And in this position, my arms and shoulders are working as well. I did 5 for each side, alternating each time. Then after 5, I did that same stretch. Just getting back to your breathing, move the hips and the spine and the shoulders. About 15 or 20 seconds, and then repeating 5 on each side, alternating 1 at a time. So my right knee touches my left elbow. Okay? So a total of 10 for each side. And then here what I have is an old volleyball I found in the field. It was busted. So I removed that rubber part inside, stuffed some material inside, and then sewed the split together. So it's got a little bit of weight compared to if it was just filled with air, but it's not the weight that's important. What I like to do many times is I will put it between my knees. And what this does is it's now training the muscles on the inside of the leg and the groin. And for me, it just feels like my hips are put in the perfect position. So try something similar. Many kinds of balls you can use. For me, the volleyball is the perfect size. And then I repeated that same leg exercise from the first time around. So pushing my knees inwards against the ball, I came down into a squat. Dumbbell touches the ground. Please keep the back straight. Head up, knees above the ankles. And then I repeated bicep curl, shoulder press, keeping the elbows as close together as possible as I come down into a tricep press. And then coming back with the shoulder press and the bicep curl. Let me show you this way. So starting off with the squat. And then, all right, we got cut off again with the camera having its normal problem of stopping whenever it wants. But we got all the info for that first one. Something I forgot, first of all, I apologize that the top part of my head is not on the screen, but if I move the camera too far back, it gets a bit more complicated. And I'm also being bitten by a lot of bugs, being really close to the nature. I want to say also it's important to train whenever you can without your shoes on, because the training shoe provides support that you can otherwise train the feet to do, and normally also the toes are squished together inside your shoe. So without the shoe, the toes have a bit more space and they can also be used for the balance. So you saw that first leg time with the ball, which was a repeat of the first one. And now one more time with the abdominal crunches, this time combining. So I did a combination. I brought the same knee to the same elbow for one, and then that same knee but to the opposite elbow for one. So left knee to left elbow and return, then left knee to right elbow and return. So each time, one on each side to 5 reps, and then that same stretch. And then repeating again, one on each side, right knee to right elbow, then right knee to left elbow, and then repeating, same thing, other side, left knee, left elbow, left knee, right elbow. For a total of 5 on each side the second time through, and then the stretch. Okay, and the final part of this workout, I took the ball again, putting it between my knees, taking the dumbbell, and with the hand grip this way, doing the same thing as that other time through, but now you have the ball between your knees. So squat, main thing is back stays straight, head stays up, knees stay above the ankles. The squat, and then the upright row, going as high as your elbows will allow, and then bringing the weight above your head. Then a reverse shoulder press, reverse bicep curl, and that's 1 rep. Let me show you this way. So my knees are pushing into the ball. I am coming down into a squat. My butt goes backwards so that my knees can stay above my ankles. Moving nice and slow, rhythmic with your breathing. Coming into an upright row. And then continuing, putting the dumbbell above my head, and then reversing the movement, but a little bit different. This is a shoulder press, and then a bicep curl, and so that was 2 reps. And I did a total of 10. So that was my workout for today. For you, change it up a little bit with the weights, with the reps. This was a total body workout. So if you were to do this 2 or 3 times a week, and that's all you know, you're still getting a really good workout. Just change up the number of repetitions you do, change up the order. You want to try and continue to give the body and muscles new and different exercises, or how you're doing the exercises, to continue to get stronger. If you're doing the same thing over and over again, the body will adapt and you will not see the improvements that you're looking for. Also to mention, if your muscles are bigger, you're also going to burn more calories, which means it's raising your metabolism and helping to burn off any unwanted fatty tissue. So that was today's workout. Please try something similar. Remember, nice and slow and concentrated. Don't rush through. Have music if you want, but not that high beat kind of music, just so that it'll help you stay focused. And enjoy. Exercise is designed to help you enjoy life more by keeping the body stronger as we get older. Thank you.